cases remain in the triple digits, a major airline canceling flights to Exuma next year, and police investigating a home invasion and sexual assault. Good evening, everyone. I'm Leah Cooper with your JCN News for this New Year's Eve Friday. 207 new COVID-19 infections were confirmed in the country on Wednesday. The Ministry of Health and Wellness confirming just under half of those taking the RT-PCR test on December 29th as positive. On the same day, following 476 tests completed, 192 cases on New Providence, 30 of them with a history of travel within 14 days, 13 on Grand Bahama, 3 of them with a history of travel, and 1 case each on Abaco and Exuma. That case on Exuma has a history of travel. Total cases in country now at 24,476. Active cases have increased to 1,773. So have hospitalizations. 23 people are now in hospital with the virus, 22 moderately ill, 1 in intensive care. Health officials also confirming an unfortunate death, that of a 72-year-old male of Grand Bahama who died on December 19th. His death pushes total COVID-related deaths to 717. The Ministry of Health's dashboard indicates that one death was under investigation and has been reclassified as non-COVID related, pushing that category to 153. 37 deaths now remain under investigation. 7 people were reported recovered from the virus on Wednesday. Travel may be frustrating for those intending to travel internationally in the near future, and that's due to a spike in local demand for testing in overseas jurisdictions. With rapid antigen test results normally delivered within an hour, taking up 3 days, and PCR tests taking even longer, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs advising as much as they also advise Bahamians and residents planning on traveling during this period of rising COVID cases brought on chiefly by the highly transmissible COVID variant Omicron, that on returning to the country, they should expect long delays in obtaining COVID test results and the cancellation of flights, which could result in costly outlays for hotel accommodations, food, and transportation. The ministry further advises the public to continue to follow the standard COVID-19 protocols when they travel. Those protocols are designed to minimize the spread of COVID. Take the vaccines, take the booster, wear face masks properly, avoid large crowds, and apply hand washing protocols. And most importantly, take additional funds to cover unexpected expenses. Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Tourism, Investments and Aviation confirms that Air Canada has now suspended flights to Exuma just weeks after it resumed services to that island. In a letter obtained by our news team dated December 30th, 2021, Air Canada Vacations informed Senior Director of the Ministry's Canadian Office, Paul Strawn, and Executive Director of the Out Island Promotion Board, Carrie Fountain, that the airline has made the decision to cease flying to Great Exuma with the last flight scheduled for January 30th, 2022. This is all due to a surge of COVID cases and flight cancellations in recent days. The letter also explains that the Canadian federal government has reinstated its advisory against non-essential international travel for Canadians. The airline described the situation as, quote, reminiscent to early pandemic announcements, adding that continuing to conduct flights to the island is, quote, simply not sustainable at this time. The airline says it will be working to try to bring back existing passengers in a timely manner. It also notes, though, that it will be canceling flights in order of departure date. And given the high volume of bookings, the airline is working as quickly as they can to do so. DPM and Tourism Minister Chester Cooper says it is indeed unfortunate that Air Canada will now suspend flying to Exuma. Nevertheless, with Air Canada's history of over 70 years of flying to the Bahamas, the ministry is assured that it will return when this most current challenge has been overcome. There's currently 23 police officers that have tested positive for COVID-19. This includes 3 officers over on Grand Bahama, this much coming from Police Commissioner Paul Roll, who revealed as much during the Office of the Prime Minister's weekly press briefing on Thursday. He adds that one station here in the capital seems to be hardest hit.
The Grove Police Station recorded the highest number with 9 incidents, followed by the Criminal Investigation Department with 5, 3 in headquarters and 3 in the Crime Scene Investigation Unit, respectively. All of these units have an extremely high interaction with members of the public. We also have an additional 31 officers in quarantine.
He adds that all of the officers in quarantine have been vaccinated. In fact, to date, Commissioner Roll adds the force has over 2,000 police officers and 600 reserves fully vaccinated. As it relates to the police force's COVID response, Commissioner Roll revealed that the COVID enforcement unit conducted some 400 checks of business establishments and restaurants.
We were particularly challenged over the holiday weekend when persons took the liberties to breach denied requests to hold events. Officers from the Grove Station and CID responded to the majority of these incidents. I also want to remind restaurant and bar operators that the onus is upon you to ensure that all of your patrons are fully vaccinated and to ensure that the health rules are fully enforced.
Well, you're watching JCN News. Stay with us.